on the second article in the Learning Target 17 packet called How New York Gets Its Water. So as you read, you're going to highlight text that helps you explain how New York gets its water supply. Let's say how New York gets and treats its water supply. And paraphrasing key ideas, drawing details, writing questions and comments, or if you take your notes on notebook, just write them in your notes. How New York gets its water. The Catskill Delaware watershed encompasses more than 1 million acres. Safeguarding the city's water begins with protecting the land that surrounds the streams, rivers, lakes, and reservoirs. I highlighted that. The city also upgraded the septic systems and wastewater treatment plants in communities around the watershed and helped build municipal state salt sheds and manure sheds on dairy farms in order to prevent harmful runoff. I highlighted that because that's really important. We don't want that runoff contaminating our water. As a result, the Federal Environmental Protection Agency exempts water originating in the Catskill Delaware watershed from its usual filtration requirements, a dispensation that the agency gives only to a few other major cities. It can take up to 12 weeks to a year for water to wind its way down to the city from streams, tunnels, dams, and reservoirs in the Catskills. All of it is delivered to the city by gravity alone. Highlight that. This means that water does not have to be pumped, which means resources such as equipment and energy is not needed for water to travel to the city. Highlighted that. But the system is showing its age. The city plans to spend $3.4 billion over the next 5 years for hundreds of projects to fix decaying infrastructure. Okay, I highlighted projects to fix decaying infrastructure. That just means that the probably parts of the aqueduct and whatever of these transportation systems like the dams might have to be renewed a little bit or renovated. Among the items on the to-do list is a new tunnel to bypass a portion of the Delaware Aqueduct that has been leaking more than 18 million gallons of water a day for decades. I highlighted that. So when it's shut down for repairs in 2022, the city will rely on the Catskill and the Croton system. Figure 3 to the left shows a robotic buoy that transmits information about water quality. Over 1 billion gallons of water a day pass through an ultraviolet disinfection facility in Westchester County. So I'm highlighting that. So passes through ultraviolet disinfection facility in Westchester County, which is actually the world's largest disinfection facility. The $1.54 billion plant uses a system of pipes to slow the water before it passes through one of 56 large containers that hold UV lights encased in tubes that zap stomach-ravaging microorganisms, stuff that would make us sick. Before the water is sent to the city, chlorine, phosphoric acid, and sodium hydroxide are added to disinfect it and to raise the pH levels in order to prevent pipes from corroding and releasing harmful metals like lead. So I highlighted that. Field scientists are constantly monitoring the temperature, pH, nutrient, and microbial levels of water. Highlight that. Last year, robotic buoys recorded 1.9 million measurements, and field scientists collected 15,500 samples from reservoirs, streams, and aqueducts upstate for analysis. Scientists collected 31,700 water supplies in the city last year. More than 383,000 tests were performed on them, either at the sampling stations or at a laboratory in Queens. Scientists looked for E. coli, which could indicate sewage contamination, Cryptosporidium and Giardia, which are common culprits of stomach illness, and other bacteria. This system is regarded as the country's strongest and cleanest water supply system. Last year, the city spent more than $140 million paid for by water and sewer fees to operate the system.